Okay, guys, welcome to the show. Welcome. I'm waiting for my guests to come in. Once my guests come in, we'll start the show already. Welcome to the show, guys. Welcome to the show, guys. I'm waiting for my guests to come in. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Welcome, Josh.
Thank you very much.
All right. I'm still waiting for Kunle Faiga. Nice, nice. I like your background. Very, very, very friendly.
Thank you very much. Yours is not looking bad either.
Okay. Let's just start by just I think we can just start by just previewing last weekend. Can you say are you happy what Chelsea played against Everton? Are you happy?
No. The reason why Chelsea scraped through that match is because Everton is not a good team. If Everton had the cutting edge that probably most Premier League teams would have this season, Chelsea could have easily lost that game. So,
all right, all right. We have Kunle Faiga. How far, Baba?
Hey, I'm good. Sir Josh. Hello. Well done.
Nice one, nice
Can you
one.
hear
I
me?
like your background. I can hear you. I can hear you, Kunle. I can hear you.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
How's it going?
I think we just begin by just let's just preview the weekend games let's just review the weekend game that just went down last weekend. Kunle, are you happy with what Manchester United play? I know you're not happy because we lost. So, what can we do going forward to help our game, to help us improve better on what we played on against Brighton last weekend?
Firstly, I'm actually happy about the results. I am.
Wow, really?
Contrary. Yes, I am. And why?
Okay.
Let me just say why I'm happy, because you see, I'm sorry, but Manchester United is a club that likes to be deceived a lot. During preseason, there was this notion that because they all played well, like Ten Hag was doing something correct. He was, and the problem with that is it gives a sense false of hope. And we've been there countless times. I mean, we were there under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, right? Where we were on an unbeaten run, where we were on this unbeaten run for, was it 14 games or thereabout, where we were smashing everyone and everything, and we felt, and all of this actually made the board give Solskjaer a permanent contract. Okay, things fell apart. Solskjaer left. We brought Ralph Ragnick. Everyone thought, Ragnick is a master tactician. I mean, he's the guy who has, he's the guy who was
Tuchel,
like a
Klopp
mentor.
and
Klopp,
yeah.
Tuchel, Hasenhuttl. I mean, think about, like he's the father of German football. And we saw how things fell apart. Now the same thing with Ten Hag. Because he looks like Guardiola without his bald head. He looks like someone. Yeah, they were like, he has that mentality and all of that. But and here we are. So it's good. And also for the manager, so he really knows what is, because if we had beaten Brighton, it would be like, the team is doing well. But sometimes when you lose, it makes you
Yeah.
realize that there is still something to be done. Because if you just keep winning, it can deceive. Then the day you now lose, you will now be asking questions. What happened? But it's good this is happening. It is just the first game of the season. So coming into the next game against Brentford now, I think Ten Hag would probably know what he needs to do. Like probably, I don't know, but people have actually been saying this thing about Ericsson and Fernandez cannot play together or something like that. Maybe one of them cannot play as a false nine. So maybe we have to start Ronaldo this weekend. We don't know. We don't know if Anthony Martial is back. So things just do have to change. Then we don't know if he's still going to maintain, the midfield duo of Fred and McTominay. I know many people are angry, but you shouldn't
I'm
be
very angry.
angry. No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't be angry. Why?
Why?
Because no, that's why I'm just surprised at all of you. Like, excuse me, Fred McTominay played the bulk of preseason, and you
Yes.
should already know. Yeah, and you should already know that from the bulk of those players. Like now, look, Harry Maguire started virtually all preseason games or most of it. So it was clear that Maguire was going to start against Brighton. It was clear Fred McTominay would start. It was clear Sancho would start. It was clear Rashford would start. If not for Martial, he was going to. So you could see, you could easily tell from preseason that this was going to be our starting lineup when the season started, because you saw that he didn't really make much alterations during preseason. You could already tell that these were the people he has stuck with. So I knew Fred McTominay were going to start, and I wouldn't be surprised if they start again this weekend. So don't be upset.
I'm very upset. Sorry if I continue. Let's just share this link to our parents on social media. The link, go to YouTube now. Just go to YouTube and go to Complete Football Podcast. You see the live there. Just copy the link and post on your status so the others can join in and enjoy the conversation. Before I go to our first topic of the day. Joshua, you were talking about this before we went. I wasn't hearing you clearly. You said you are not happy with Chelsea. Everton will have defeated Chelsea, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, exactly what I said. I said
Okay.
Chelsea did not have the cutting edge against
Okay.
Everton. Neither did Everton have the cutting edge also against Chelsea. We could just see it was just like two blind men leading each other, whichever was going to fall in the pit first. But we're lucky that we didn't fail in their match. The defense is quite strong to start with. Koulibaly and Thiago Silva definitely is a strong partnership, but I don't feel that partnership can work throughout the season. Thiago Silva is 37, if I'm not mistaken. He can't play all games in the season. Then Koulibaly is 31. He may not play all the games. Who do we have as reserves? We probably have Cesar Azpilicueta. Then we're having rumors that James may actually be used as a centre back this season, and I'm not having that. So that match we won, but I was definitely not happy about it. There was nothing to be happy about because Kai Havertz, though he used to play as a striker for Bayern Leverkusen, is not. You can't use Kai Havertz if you want to challenge for the league title. Kai Havertz can't be a striker. I'm sorry.
So do you say Chelsea should go for a striker since they lost Lukaku and they lost Timo Werner? So which is the kind of striker you think Chelsea should go on in the market for?
I don't know how to say this, but I don't think there's a striker that fits us right now. Like the caliber of football we are playing, I don't think that striker is not available for sale at the moment. So we might just need to take a cut, somebody who is just a stopgap striker for now. That's what we just need. Probably an Aubameyang, an Andrea Bellotti. It's just somebody for now. But for the future, we don't have anybody in the market that I think we can sign.
Okay.
I want to say something too
All
about
right.
what Josh said. What
All right.
is wrong with Reece James playing as a centre back? I think he has done it for England on the right side. The right-sided centre
Side
back
of
of a
the
back
three,
three.
yeah.
Yeah. So he's done it very well for England. That was what made someone like Alexander Arnold start some games. So Reece James was played in the so I don't so if Tuchel
He
decides to,
has,
I don't understand.
sorry to cut you short,
So what
he
is
has
wrong?
a lot to
Yeah.
give in the attacking phase of the game. So by playing him at centre back, will definitely
It's,
limit that. That's the problem I
I'm
have. Nothing else.
I'm sorry, but then there's something else though. I'm sorry, but I don't really seem to see. I don't know, but is it that you Chelsea fans kind of hype Reece James a lot? Because when you talk
No,
about
no,
this,
no, no,
no
no, no.
way. No, I know where I'm seeing the hype. When you talk
Okay.
about this Rhys James as an attacking threat, I'm sorry, but I know, yes, there was this period where he was giving assists and he was scoring goals, yeah. And okay, the injury, but I felt maybe that was just, maybe it was just by the way. I'm sorry, but I am not convinced Rhys James is. I think I see Rhys James more as more of a defensive minded player than more of, because when you say attack minded, we're talking about, can you really say that Rhys James is there side by side with someone like a Jao Cancelo or a Kyle Walker, or I don't even want to mention Trent Alexander-Arnold because I am sorry, Trent Alexander-Arnold is. Do you understand?
Is
So
what?
I have a
Trent
problem
is
with
what?
Trent is miles ahead of everyone. Attack wise,
Mm,
that's why I said attack
okay.
wise, he's miles
Attack
ahead of
wise.
everyone.
Okay, okay.
But no, that's why I said it, that if it comes to being defensive, I think Rhys James is very, very, because when the opposition is already maybe counter attacking and all, you see how very swift Rhys James is and how well positioned he is. And I think that is something I respect about him. But when it comes to going forward, I'm not saying he doesn't and he doesn't attempt, but you Chelsea fans try to make it look like as if he's up there with Trent and who else, most of the attack-minded fullbacks and of the world. And I'm sorry, I do not agree to that. So I think you should bring down your hype of Rich James as like one that is beside Trent and the likes.
Trent
All
would
right, guys.
rather
Let's okay.
have a Rhys James behind him. You
Sorry,
know, right? Like Trent would rather
come
have a
again.
Rhys James behind him. If Trent were to be a
Trent would
player,
have a.
let's
Oh,
would rather have a Rhys
absolutely.
James behind him.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That's why, and that is why I am saying it, that you shouldn't caution Rhys James if they decide. That's why I'm bringing up that point, that you shouldn't really be upset if Rhys James is going to play in the defense, maybe in a back three, because left to me brings more solidity. I mean, you just mentioned it now that Thiago Silva Koulibaly. So I mean, if Rich James is there, who is younger, who is fresher and all, I mean, so be it. I wouldn't be against it. I think it's fine.
Then that will leave us short at right back.
At right back, and you find
Yes.
someone now. No, you find
Who is
someone. You
the
survive. Don't worry. Don't worry. You find someone.
you will survive mid table.
You survive it. There's Loftus Cheek. There's no. Come on, you
To
survive
play
it.
at
Don't
right
worry.
back.
Wing
No,
back. Loftus
even
Cheek has played at
at
wing back.
how can
Then
Loftus
maybe
Cheek play at the
then
wing?
maybe Raheem Sterling. Who knows?
No, 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 no. That's abuse. No, no, we won't do that. We won't do that. We won't do that.
Yeah, it's so good.
Mr. Gode, does he have a frozen? It looks frozen there.
Yes,
It's
I
got.
think so.
It looks frozen there.
Yeah, I think he is.
So, but who are you backing for the league title, by the way?
Who I am backing for the league title? I think it will be Man City, if we're being honest. Because I think Guardiola has mastered the Premier League. So I see them happen. I see it happening again. I know people have come. They've said stuff that they're going to struggle because they've sold them Sterling, Gabriel Jesus. But I ask myself, how many times were these people being used? Um, Jesus was always in and out. I'm not saying he doesn't deliver the goods, but Pep has other people who can deliver the goods right there. You understand? I mean, look at it now. He's been starting Jack Grealish. If he didn't start Jack Grealish, he has the luxury of using. He has all the options. Then sorry to also mention Julian Alvarez as well. So and I see that Alvarez guy actually coming good. So I see everything working out for City. Of course, Liverpool now, but here's what me I feel though is that we could say okay, it will be Liverpool City the top two. I don't know, but I have a feeling that the top two is going to be disrupted this season. It's going to be very much disrupted. And I don't know, but I have this strong feeling that Arsenal, it is very possible that Arsenal will might actually crack into that top two. Why? Because if anyone is patient and observant and removes bias, everyone would actually realize that Ateta has been doing a phenomenal job at Arsenal, despite him not having to buy players for big money and all of that. Um, Last season they were this close to the top four, right? But if
Yes.
you look at it, the reason why they didn't do that was because I think they had injuries to key players that included Thomas Partey, who is a linchpin in the midfield, Tomiyasu, who was a phenomenal at right back, and Kieran Tierney as well. So I felt that that was the cause for because if you notice it, it seems Arsenal village people are always on their matter. If you get what I mean, like when it comes
Something
to
like that.
injuries,
Something like that.
you'll be surprised that Jesus, who doesn't used to have, suddenly we get injury and he'll be out for 2 months, or Zinchenko and all of that. Yes, it happens. I mean, Thomas Partey wasn't an injury-prone player in Atletico Madrid. I used to cover him. I used to cover him then very well. I'm sure Godwin knows about that. I used to cover him then, when I had this duty of covering Ghanaian players. So I used to cover Partey, and Partey was very strong, But he now came, got injured, and all. So if injury can evade Arsenal this season, I strongly believe that Arsenal might go further than four, and maybe they might crack into the top two.
Realistically, after saying City
All
would
right, guys.
most likely win the league,
Oh,
do you
okay.
think City are stronger or weaker than last season?
No, City are still stronger. Trust me. I don't. That you should also realize that Sterling was not really used last season. Sterling only made, I think, 7 starts in the Premier League, or was it 11? Although most of those starts were against the big teams,
Okay.
Chelsea, City, Arsenal, and all of that. But what of against the smaller teams? He wasn't. He was coming off the bench, so he came off the bench more than 20 times. So it was clear that he wasn't being utilized. Now they've brought in replacements, Haaland, Alvarez. Those are good options as far as I'm concerned. You've already seen what Haaland did over the, and I'm sure he's going to get more. We've not yet seen what Alvarez. You saw Alvarez scored in preseason. If Pep decides to utilize him more, you know, it's going to be. So I haven't seen how City are we. Then let's not forget that they even bought Calvin Phillips to replace Fernandinho. You know, where I feel they need to probably strengthen is at left, in those fullback positions, because they only have Jao Cancelo and Kyle Walker. So yeah, because they've sold Zinchenko, right? So I think they need to do that. Then maybe they need a centre back, because I'm not sure, but I don't think John Stones is that much of a phenomenal player again. I never really rated him though, but I don't think he's going to be used that much this season.
What about
And
Laporte?
he's
What
been
about
using
Laporte? What about Laporte? What about Laporte?
Laporte is there, yeah, but Pep has a way of always rotating. So, if Stones is not going to be, I feel they need more of a solid centre back here. But then it might not be necessary, because if you understand how City plays, they are built on domination. They are built to dominate. So once they are in control, you won't really have periods where their defense, are having to catch their breath every time, like in the manner Manchester United defense always has to. And, that is born out of the fact that Manchester United do not dominate because they don't have the ball. But once City have the ball and they are passing, I mean, once City is leading 1-0, 2-0, trust me, they are going to make sure they have more of the ball. So maybe there might not be need for a center back, but I think they will need it. That is just matter.
All right, guys, let's go to the topic of the day. One of I saw you in our WhatsApp group. Now, man, you were talking about Frankie De Jong. Can you just give us a breakdown of what's going on with Frankie De Jong and Manchester United? What is going on? Is this that the guy doesn't want to come to Manchester United or what? What is going on? Just tell us.
To be sincere, I don't. To be sincere, I don't even know what is going on any longer because the situation just seems to be so absurd. Because it seems Manchester United wants him. The player does on his own part doesn't want to leave. Um, Now Barcelona are willing to sell. Now there's a report saying that De Jong can only stay if he is able to collect 6 million of outstanding wages that he's being owed. But I'm even beginning to think, where does Barcelona want to see 6 million to pay him when their wage budget has not been reduced, and there's a threat. There's this report that most of the players that they have signed, they have not yet been registered, and La Liga is kicking off this weekend. So we don't really know how it's going to unfold. We don't know if he's going to be there. We can only watch and see as events unfold because it's really a tricky situation, and I think it is actually born out of the fact that it seems Frankie De Jong, maybe I don't know, doesn't have his mind made up. And if he has his mind made up, I think probably he has to forgo those outstanding wages, knowing that Barcelona are in a precarious situation. Because if you are not ready to go your outstanding wages, then it only means that you will stay. And if you stay, it's going to be a problem for Barcelona who want to reduce their wage bill so that they can register all the players that they've signed. So it's a rather intricate situation.
So do you see De Jong shifting shoulders and coming to Manchester United at the end of the transfer window? Do you think he will come to Manchester United?
Um,
Do you think he will board?
um, it's very possible. It's actually very possible, and I don't know, but for there to be so much insistence on him, I feel looking at how Ten Hag Ten Hag style of play, and the fact that one thing that Manchester United lacks is being able to being able to maintain possession. That is one thing. I mean, it is just that's why Sorry to come in again. That is why I keep telling people that I am not surprised that United lost to Brighton because if you are very observant, like anyone who bets will notice that you see or when Man U is playing Brighton, you will see that odds for Manchester United to win reaches like 1.8. And that is a lot if you know what I mean. And you wonder that why should Manchester United be giving 1.8 odds? If it were to be against maybe Liverpool or City or Liverpool to win will probably like 1.2 or 1.3. So why is Manchester United 1.8? So it goes to tell you that Brighton is not easy opposition. And it showed because Brighton are a team that know how to pass the ball. I mean, look at the way they were so much in control. Although it was funny, they said Manchester United had more possession, but from what I saw, Brighton looked more in control in that game. Overall, even though I know, yes, things improved for United in the second half, but you could tell that they really didn't create anything. If anything, Brighton looked like they were going to make something happen. So we need a Frankie D. We need someone we need someone in the middle of the park who can help control. You see, I know most people are always saying DM. No, we don't need a DM. We need someone who can hold the ball. Someone who can ensure that we remain in possession. Now that is why Christian Eriksen's arrival is good. But we need another person. If we can have a Frankie De Jong, trust me, even Fred. The funny thing is, even Fred will flourish because Fred will be pushed further up. And I don't know if you've noticed, the further Fred plays up, he flourishes. So we just need a controller, someone to hold the ball, where we can have that possession to ensure that we don't lose, especially in the middle. And Frankie De Jong is very good at that. He's very good, with the ball. So if we can have him, I think we have our midfield. Hopefully, though, because I know it's going to be a long thing, but definitely it will be something good if we could get him.
All right, thank you very much, Kunle. Joshua, I'm coming to you now. Haaland and Nunez, who will outscore each other this season? That debate has been on for a while in the internet. Joshua, Haaland and
Definitely.
Nunez, who will outscore each other
I'm,
this season?
I'm going for Haaland. If you have a Kevin De
All
Bruyne
right,
behind
why?
you, nobody's outscoring you. If you have
So,
a
Kunle,
Kevin
do
De
you agree?
Bruyne behind you,
But
Kunle, do you
Nunez
agree?
has you have a Kevin De Bruyne, but Nunez has a Trent, he has a Salah, Nunez has options. He has a Robertson. I mean, or am I missing something?
the yes, you are saying what you
Mhm.
said is correct. But what I'm saying is
Yeah.
there is no better creator in chief in the league
Mhm.
than Kevin De Bruyne. There is none
Okay.
better. So then you still have threats from the wing, Grealish, Foden from the midfield. We don't know about whether Bernardo Silva is going to leave at the end of the season, probably before the close of transfer window. We don't know. We have Bernardo Silva, even Rodri.
Mm.
Though I think in Italian they are called registers. So those type of players who play
Yes,
control from the
register,
tier
register.
register.
Yeah.
It's good. So he can also create chances and he has long balls. So then Haaland is stronger. I know Nunez is strong, but Haaland is stronger. I don't know I
Uh,
don't know how
no,
Nunez is in the air, but I believe he's better than Haaland in the air. So I think that should be an advantage for Nunez. But I still believe Haaland will outscore. Then another thing, most important, looks like Haaland is taking spot kicks now. So and City are always going to have a lot of them. So.
yeah, and he won one against West Ham as well.
Yes, and he took it. So most likely we're taking spot kicks from now. So Haaland for me.
Yeah, I think I agree with Haaland with her because if anything, Haaland is already like Haaland is kind of like a household name
He was
in
built for the
Europe
league.
already. I mean, we've been hearing about Haaland since that 2019 and under 20 World Cup in when Norway beat. I can't remember the team that Norway beat them 12-0 and he scored, was 9 goals he scored or
9 goals,
something.
yes. Yes, 9 goals,
Yeah, he
yes.
scored
Yeah,
nine
nine
goals,
goals.
and that was when and I can't remember the team they played, but then you now remember what's his name? Um then he was in Salzburg. Okay, I think Salzburg now signed him that year, and the guy was banging in goals from starting from Champions League qualifiers to Champions League proper. So Haaland has been, and when he got to Borussia Dortmund, his popularity just even went higher off the cliff, and that is why, to be frank with you now, even now, Haaland has so built a name that because see, most times before now, if you go to say viewing centers now, nobody's really interested in watching Manchester City alone. I mean, if Manchester City is not playing a big team like Liverpool, Tottenham, Chelsea, nobody like now, no one is really interested in say Manchester City or Bournemouth. But because of Haaland now, everybody wants to see Manchester City because he has already built like a sort of cult following because of how good he is. But Nunez doesn't have that. Nunez only came to the fore last season, and the only thing that made Nunez popular was that game against Liverpool, where in the second leg they played 3-3 at Anfield. That was what made Nunez. If not for that, I am sorry. If Benfica did not play, I still insist. If Benfica did not play Liverpool, Nunez would not be in Liverpool by now. Trust me. But this guy has a way of doing this club where you see one player who bamboozles Liverpool. And once you do that, you get the player. He did that with Sadio Mane. I don't know if you remember when Mane was still in Southampton.
Southampton,
Southampton
yeah.
beat Liverpool 3-2. I think Mane scored a hat trick or 2 goals. And you could see after the match, Klopp was talking about how good Mane was, and and before you know it, he already got money in the summer. So that was the same thing with Nunez. So Nunez just came around. So Nunez is still a small boy as far as I'm concerned, even though I think maybe he's older than Haaland or something. But Haaland already has a name and he has already shown himself very well on his debut. yes, Nunez too scored, but I feel Haaland will get more because based on what Josh has said in terms of those factors and because it's not likely that Nunez still comes off the bench. So, I don't know if he will be a regular starter soon enough, but it is guaranteed that Haaland is
I
starting
think
game. I feel he will get.
looking at what Nunes. I think looking at what Nunes played against Crystal Palace, I think he should be starting their next game. He should be starting their next game. If Klopp is very sensible, he should start Nunes against
Yeah,
Liverpool.
it's possible, but you never know what these coaches are stubborn, but you know something. These coaches are stubborn.
Yeah,
That's one thing about Klopp and Klopp. It's just like in the next match now. Guardiola might decide not to start Haaland. He might decide not to start KDB. He might decide not to start Cancelo. That's why if you play Fantasy Premier League, you would notice that
yeah,
having Manchester City players can be very, very painful because when you captain Cancelo or you captain De Bruyne thinking he will give you points, that's when
He'll be
Pep
on the bench.
that's when Pep decides and you'll be swearing for Pep. So Guardiola can do anything and Klopp can equally do anything. But yeah, definitely I do expect that maybe Nunez should start Liverpool's next match.
All right, I'm moving to the next agenda for the day. I'm still going to stick with you. Should Manchester United be going for a
Okay.
player like Adrian Rabiot? Should Manchester United be going for such a player at
Yeah.
this moment, or do you think it's a panic buy because we lost our match against Brighton, and they are trying to just do fixed buy and all of that, and they are going for Adrian Rabiot?
Um. Um. Now for me, I've actually tried to look at the guy and read up more about him, and I found out that this Rabiot guy he's sort of like a like for like of Paul Pogba in a way
Okay.
because the best place he plays well is on the left side of the midfield. He can equally play on the left wing as well. And if you remember very well, Pogba has been utilized in this kind of manner before, where we were playing him on the left flank in a 4-2-3-1 formation and all of that. So I don't
Yeah.
see him. The only reason why I feel Rabiot might be a bad buy is because from what I have read about him, he has temperament issues.
Yeah. I think I saw that.
He has temperament. Yes, he has temperament issues. He's been embroiled in controversy. He has done controversial things and all of that. And I don't think we need such a player at the time. We need players who are focused, who are serious. So if his temperament is going to be a problem, I beg, maybe Baba stay away. Far away. I beg.
And I had,
Yes, let
I
him.
had his trying, I had his mother. No, the mother is his agent. I'm hearing now that his mother is trying to negotiate for a salary that is higher than what is earning at Juventus. He's earning 6 million per year in Juventus, but the mother is trying to say Man United should give him more. Do you think Man United should just budge and just go without and just pay him more than what is earning at Juventus at the moment?
It's left to the club. If they see value in him and they really see that he is someone who will really improve the team, if it means offering him more, then give it to him. Look at Haaland now. Haaland is reportedly earning close to 500,000 at Manchester City, something that Manchester City have never done. But Haaland is on a very long contract, and it is very certain that Haaland is going to make impact. So you should know that kind of a thing, if that is the case, you know what you are going in for. Now, I know Manchester United have always given flamboyant salaries and all, but we need to be serious this time around. Is he really someone we are going to? If he's not, then don't bother. But if he is, I wouldn't say, okay, if he's getting 6 million in Juventus, if we decide to give him 7-8 million per
Um,
year, I don't feel that's bad. But if they want to be saying maybe like 10-11 million, me mama carry am dey go.
Joshua, what do you have to say? Do you think Manchester United are trying to panic buy at the moment? There because we lost against Brighton, we're trying to just do something like a quick fix. What do you think, Joshua?
Yeah. In a short answer, yes.
Okay.
But because when I had Manchester United were going after this Austrian forward, what's his name again? Marco
Arnautovic.
Arnautovic. I thought that was preposterous, to say the least.
I'm sorry, but
Man,
I don't believe that result. I don't believe that Arnautovic is true. No matter no
It's
matter
it,
what the media said. I don't know, but I feel it. I don't know. I just feel, I just feel that there are some stories that they just bring out. I'm sorry, but I just feel that there are some stories that they just bring out just to like, to spice things up, to like, just to cause a conversation within the media
okay.
space. They do this. The media does this,
Yes,
and I'm
yes,
sorry,
yes.
but this is how I see that Arnautovic story. Yes, Bologna came out, the president came out, spoke all of that, but I feel it's all a media gimmick. I'm sorry, I don't see that Arnautovic story as authentic, no matter what anyone tells me.
Okay, let's move on from there. So Rabiot is not even in Juventus' starting 11 to start with. So that should tell
yeah,
you a
yeah.
lot. That should tell you a lot. If you were that good, you should be starting for Juve. And naturally, if not that Manchester United has declined over time, a player that doesn't make Juve starting 11 should not even get close to the Manchester airport. So what I just feel is he had problems when he was leaving. Was it PSG that he left on a free? I think. So you already have squad with egos. The ego of Ronaldo in that squad is already something very strong. You lost another ego warrior in Paul Pogba. I don't think Manchester United need another person that will give them trouble. I have seen Rabiot play before. I'm not really convinced. I don't feel, or personally, I do not believe that you need a goal. Rabiot is the one that will come and change the game for you. So
No,
he is a
no,
good player. He is a good addition to the squad, but he's not a game changer. I'm sorry.
no, Josh, you need to understand that I told you Manchester United have a problem with holding possession. So we need as many midfielders where we know that. And mind you, hope you know that no matter how you want to see it, a Rabiot is way better than having a Fred and Victorino, who are not really good passers of the ball. But Rabiot is. And if he is
Yes.
not playing, and sorry, if Rabiot is not playing for Juventus, that doesn't mean he has. I don't necessarily think it means he has declined. It could just probably mean maybe the coach or the manager has changed. Maybe I'm not saying that maybe there isn't an issue, but you can look at it that maybe the manager wants to change shape, wants to change formation, and maybe in the formation he wants to play. Maybe Rabiot doesn't fit. And I think that's another problem. You see, whatever player we are buying, we need to make sure that it's a kind of player that fits into how the manager wants to play. Let us not go and buy a Paul Pogba that we spent. Pogba came in 2016, right? And he left this year. We
Yeah.
spent 6 years trying to know the best position to play him. No. Or a Romelu Lukaku that you already know that this is how he plays. And once you don't play him like that, he's he's what he's not it at all. So that's another thing we need to be careful. We need to buy players who can utilize, who can play to how the manager wants. And you see that that is one of the reasons why the likes of Guardiola and Klopp, they buy players who can play the way they want. They don't buy players to, they don't buy players to like suit how
The
the player
narrative.
wants. No, no, to suit how the player wants. The player has to suit how the manager wants. You understand?
Mm.
But I think most times Manchester United don't buy players that suit how the manager wants. They buy players who probably have unique abilities, but by the time they want to play how the manager wants, it's a problem. So if Rabiot can play how Ten Hag wants, please let us get him by all means. If not, I beg, may he stay for Juventus or go elsewhere.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for your thoughts. We are going to preview the English Premier League games now. Who's going to bet this weekend? Joshua, they bet this weekend. Me, I no bet too. I think they wait for next weekend. Because see if it happen this weekend.
Definitely now. My number two odds now. Then obviously 10 odds, 20 odds. No, no,
Ah,
no.
well, you're a big
Kule,
man.
what
Ah,
of
you're a big
Kule, what
man.
of
No, 2 words. So someone like you now, you put like someone like you that you put like 1 million, 2 million. Don't I
Oh,
know the I know your scope. You people like you, the least you would drop. Okay, Jew. We are 700, 800,000. We know
I
your
will return
squad.
back to the trenches immediately if I try that.
Yeah, I'm well, me, I will. But I haven't looked at the fixtures yet. I was actually planning to do that. So maybe by the end of the day, I will sit down, look at the games that I feel will.
Me, I'm not.
I did one though, and then it was. I did one since Tuesday, or no, early yesterday morning, and these people of under 20, they went to go and spoil it. Germany,
Oh,
Colombia.
female
Germany
under
was
20.
Yeah,
supposed
it
to beat.
was
Yeah,
new in
female.
the second half. I didn't know what happened later.
Colombia won 1-0. Like, what the heck? As in,
Nigeria is
I
playing
played.
today. Nigeria is playing today, right?
Yeah. Nigeria is playing today by 9 p.m. Yeah, yes, they are.
I
They
think
are.
it's 12 a.m. 12 a.m. or something. I saw it somewhere. It's 12 a.m.
Oh,
Nigeria was France.
oh, okay. I thought it was 9. I thought it was 9 p.m. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
12 a.m.
Yeah. Oh,
So
okay.
let's preview the games. Aston Villa versus Everton. Who is the money on Joshua? Aston Villa versus Everton.
The two teams have not yet found their feet this season, so I'm going for a draw.
Remember, Aston Villa played. They lost to Bournemouth in the opening game. While Chelsea, Everton lost to Chelsea. So, who do you think? Both of them they are coming to this game as losers from their opening game. So, what do you think will happen during Kule?
Let me just say this because I want to rant. You see Aston
Yeah,
Villa and
violence,
Steven
violence is
Gerrard.
permitted. Violence is
Ah,
permitted.
shall you see Aston Villa and Gerrard? They will relegate.
Why?
That useless team.
Tyron me.
Aston Villa, that useless team. When it comes to Manchester United, they will be 4-0. But they cannot protect a 2-goal lead against Manchester City on the final day.
Don't
First day
mind them.
of the season, do goal against Bournemouth. You cannot score 1 goal. Oloshi club. But when it comes to Manchester United, that's where they know how to flex muscle. Yeah, it was actually painful because I played both teams to score in that game. And I was shocked. I mean, I'm not saying Bournemouth couldn't win, but come on. And I mean, Aston Villa have like a better squad than Bournemouth. So I was expecting like even if it was going to be, even if Bournemouth were going to have 2 goals, maybe Aston Villa will reply with 2 goals, so like 2-2 or something. But I think like you said, and I think I agree with Josh, since they are coming in as losers, I think it's a draw really because they'll be trying to find their feet. It's really difficult to predict Everton as well because it's not like Everton is really that stronger per se. Lampard clearly still has a lot of work to do. So I would say yes.
Lampard is not a good manager.
But he helped your club. He brought people like Reece James. Appreciate him. He brought people like Reece James. And Mount. Yes. Mendy. Appreciate him. He brought Thiago Silva too, So appreciate him. Show him love. Chelsea fans will always be criticizing him. Show him love.
That's all right. No problem.
Let's go to the next game. Man City versus Bournemouth. I believe everybody believes this is a one-way game. Man City versus
Man City.
It's a one-way. Bournemouth.
One-way ticket.
Who is at home? I think
Man City is at home.
But you never can tell though. But Bournemouth could pull a surprise.
See Joshua.
No, wait. You let me land first. Now you let me land.
We are waiting.
Let me land.
Land in the airport.
Leave out with the airport. They wait for.
I think Scott Parker has really transformed Bournemouth better than Eddie Howe even did. So while Manchester City might be favourite, I think it is very possible Bournemouth might cause City some few problems because if you know very well too, Bournemouth are very good with the ball and they can do amazing things with it. So City have to be, if City need to win, they have to be very careful. It's not something that you take lightly. Otherwise, I'm sorry, you'll be surprised that Bournemouth can have, the first goal. I'm being serious. So, and I don't know, but I do feel that there's a possibility that Bournemouth might score, even if City do it. So,
So what's your score? What's
yeah,
your score prediction? What's your score prediction quickly? Your score prediction.
I would say City would win 2-1, or
Joshua,
let me
what's
say
your score
3-1.
prediction?
3-1.
Josh, what's your score
5-1.
prediction?
5-1.
Oh, more Josh, nobody reach that
The,
one now.
Over
the
over
problem,
over
see,
4.5. Over
I'm
4.5.
telling you, it's the bar.
Over
It's the bar.
4.5.
It's the bar.
Uh,
Do you know what I'm
that's
going for? Is a heavy City win.
Mhm.
They
Yeah,
actually should have scored more goals against West Ham, but they did not.
true,
Now,
true,
this is the
true,
first
true.
home game of the season.
Mm.
They want to showcase in front of the fans what they are really all about this season. And
Of
who
course, true.
better to show
Yeah.
it against Bournemouth? So,
True
5-1.
that.
All right, let's move to the next game. Arsenal
Okay.
versus Leicester. George, choose your money on
Mm.
Arsenal versus Leicester.
Arsenal always have a way of beating Leicester. I don't know how they do it. Whether they are on form, they are not on form, they always beat Leicester. And so, Arsenal at home. Arsenal at home. I'm
Arsenal is at
asking
home.
you. Definitely, Arsenal will
Arsenal
win.
is at home.
Both teams to score, but
What's
Arsenal
your
to
score
win.
prediction?
2-1.
What's your score prediction? Your score prediction.
2-1.
Kule, what about
2-1.
you? Arsenal versus Leicester. Let me hear your thoughts.
Um. Yeah. Firstly, please, Josh, it shouldn't surprise you that Arsenal always find a way to beat Leicester City, because, as far as I'm concerned, Leicester City is a very useless team under Brendan Rodgers. Yes, I said it. This is a team that will hold top four for virtually all of the season, and then
And just
when
go
it's
and
now
sleep.
like 4-5 games, very useless team. So why would they beat them? Arsenal will beat them. That one is sure. So
What's the score prediction?
score prediction 3-0. They will not see goal.
Hey, God.
Useless team. They will not see goal. Yes. As long as it's Ben White. Wait, if they maintain, if Arsenal maintain the same team that played against Crystal Palace,
Saliba and Ben. Yeah.
that Saliba is a very, very good guy.
He's a very good guy, actually.
Trust me. Yeah.
All right, let's move to the next game. Wolves versus Fulham. Joshua, what's with your money on Wolves versus Fulham?
I don't know why I believe
Remember,
it's going to be a draw.
Wolves lost to Leeds in the opening game, while Fulham drew against Liverpool.
I have a feeling that it's going to be a draw, but if I must pick a winner, I'm going Fulham.
Okay.
If I must pick a winner, I'm going Fulham. But I have a feeling it's
Okay.
going to be a draw. A very entertaining draw at that.
Kunle, what about you?
Yeah, I'm going with Josh too, that it's a draw really, because Fulham is at Wolves is at home, Fulham is away. I know Fulham here can pull something out. They have very good players. There's Mitrovic, there's Andres Pereira, there's Tim Ream, and all these players. They've not lost much of the players that they had from the the team that won the championship. So I would say a 1-1 draw.
All right, let's move to the next game. Southampton versus Leeds. Kunle, what is your thoughts? Southampton versus Leeds. Remember, Southampton lost 4-1 against Tottenham on the opening day, while Wolves lost against Leeds 2-1.
I think I would see this.
Wolves won against Leeds. Sorry,
game, because
Leeds won against Leeds.
If you look at it, one thing.
Have you seen it?
Yes, but I think I would go for a draw, because I see Southampton and Leeds. They are both on the same. They are kind of like the same level, and also not to forget that they are managed by managers who were previous managers of RB Leipzig.
Yeah.
Yes, Hazenhotel and Jesse Marsh. So this is going to be the battle of the Red Bulls. So I would say I feel it will be a tough game. So I think I would say also maybe a 1-1 draw as well.
Okay. Let's move to the next game. The next game we have Incoming. Let me sort my fixtures out. Brighton
Yeah,
against
take your
Newcastle.
time.
Brighton against Newcastle.
Brighton against. Wow.
Newcastle.
Brighton against Newcastle.
Right.
For some reason, I'm going to edge Brighton out. I'm giving it to Newcastle. 2-1.
Why?
2-1. Brighton would score because they are a fantastic team under forgotten that their manager's name. So they are playing
Graham
they are
Potter.
playing well. Yeah, Graham Potter. So they are playing well. They would score, but the attacking prowess of Newcastle is getting stronger by the day. So I'm going for a 2-1 win. Wilson and Joelinton. My money's on Joelinton and Wilson.
Should I bet my house on it? Can I bet my house on it?
You will go homeless. You might end up homeless, so don't do it.
Well, for me,
Joshua, I think you're struggling with your network.
No,
Fully.
I'm good.
That's
Yeah.
it. Was Brighton was Newcastle.
okay. Yeah, well, for me, Brighton Newcastle. I think I go with Josh again that Newcastle will really win this because I feel Newcastle are really going to go far this season. But I would rather, but it's going to be a closer. But contrary to saying Brighton would score, I feel they wouldn't score, even though they might play better than Newcastle. But Newcastle will find a way. So I would say Newcastle to win 1-0.
1-0.
Yes.
I'm almost able to come on 1.5 for my ticket with that.
No, I can't. No, that kind of a game is going to be very close. If anything, you can even do maybe under 3.5.
I've done under 3.5 before. The game was 85 minutes. By the grace of God, the game ended 5-1 and it was 1-0 that time. I'm not a fan of under. Game explode for us.
Sorry guys, a call came through. I was trying to struggle with the call. A call came through.
Bro, put your phone
on
call forward. Whenever you
on call forward, I think I'll do that. I'll do that now.
Yeah,
Brentford versus Manchester United. Brentford, Manchester United. Let me start with you. A Manchester United fan.
I don't even. Why did you bring? That is one game that I will not. I'm not going to touch that game. No matter the temptation, no matter the spirit, I will not touch that game because it's difficult to predict. Because it's clear that this Manchester United team is still messed up. But if I am to make a prediction, I would say that the game will end in a draw rather than Manchester United winning. Because if you look at what happened against Leicester City had Ford came back and won. So I'm sorry, they drew 2-2 rather. Sorry, they drew. So I feel so that kind of a thing. That's the thing against that kind of Brentford. You can't afford to be doing anyhow. They will come back at you, and I feel Manchester United haven't gotten themselves yet. So I will go for a draw, and it's actually even very bad. You know why? Because Manchester United's next game is against Liverpool at Old Trafford.
Yeah, so we need to win this game to build that momentum against Liverpool. We have to build the confidence of the players.
No, but I'm not. That which confidence. I beg you. Confidence here for that team.
Joshua, what about you? Brentford, Man United. Who's your money on?
My money is on Manchester United. Manchester United, you're going to win that game easily. 2-0.
Okay. 2-0. Wow. All right.
Wow. So, wait. So you're saying that even Brentford won't see one goal? Is that what you're saying, Josh?
Manchester United. Do you know what happened against Brighton? Despite the fact that Brighton were the better team on the night, Man United had a slow start. That is what I know they will avoid against Brentford. And if they avoid it, they will win easily.
Okay.
Nottingham Forest versus West Ham, guys. Nottingham Forest. Kule, let's start with you. Nottingham Forest versus West Ham. Remember, Nottingham Forest lost Newcastle in their opening game. Why West Ham lost to Man City 2-0 also.
I think I see a draw in this game because I feel West Ham. I feel West Ham are not really going to. I feel West Ham will probably still be trying to get themselves, particularly as they brought this Salamaka, what's his name, from Sassuolo, who is their record signing. He's a very tall guy. He's like a Nunez Haaland. So he's this kind of person that if you give him, he's very good with in the air and also. And we don't know how Moyes is going to use him between him and Antonio. So, and then for Forest as well, coming to the Premier League in how many years? For the first time in how many years? So I think there might be a little bit of a struggle. Now Forest is at home though, but I think maybe there will be benefit of a doubt for them to get at least a draw in their first home game, which would be credible considering how long they have been away from the Premier League. So this one I am seeing it ending in a goalless draw.
Can you make a bold statement and go for your score prediction? Let's hear your score prediction. What's your score prediction? Let me put you on the spot.
It's 0-0.
0-0. Okay. Joshua, how about you? Are you going on? Are you also thinking the way of Kunle?
Not exactly. I'm going for a West Ham win.
Okay.
Nottingham Forest are giving me QPR vibes, but of 20. Yeah, of 2012 or so. Yeah, of 2012, 2013, where they signed about 11 players at the beginning of the season. That is never a good thing. It's never a good thing when you're coming to the Premier League. So West Ham.
Right.
I'm going for West Ham.
All right. Chelsea versus Tottenham, the biggest match in the week of the weekend. Chelsea versus Tottenham. Joshua, let me start with you. You're a Chelsea fan. Chelsea versus Tottenham. I know you're going to go for Chelsea win. So let me just hear.
I'm afraid of Conte. I'm afraid of Conte.
On that Conte, they become very dreadful, I swear.
He has cause to settle with us. We beat Spurs 3 times or 4 times last season. So that is never going to happen as long as Antonio Conte is in charge. So, and we are not particularly impressive at the moment. I think the games at Stamford Bridge, right?
Yeah, but you're at home now. Yeah, but you're at home now.
This could be our first loss of the season. I'm going Spurs 1-0.
Nah, come on. So you can't
really
even
what about you? Really what about you? Let me hear you. Let me hear you.
Yes, it will be a tough match, but I would say the match would end in a draw, and I foresee 1-1.
1-1. Okay. The last game for in the EPL is Liverpool versus Crystal Palace. Liverpool easy win, right? Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Liverpool versus Crystal Palace. Is it an easy win for Liverpool?
Straight up.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Straight up. Liverpool clean sheet.
Hey God.
Joshua, what about you?
Yeah, I'm going for a heavy scoreline here, 4-0.
Make that soft on top Crystal Palace now. What Crystal Palace doing now?
Is that how you underrate them?
Yeah, they collect all these things for us.
Pity the guy small now.
No.
Now.
Liverpool, if they ever told Liverpool that they were going to lose and they were going to draw at Fulham, they would have sworn that was impossible because I think they were not too serious in that game. Now that they have lost ground on the league title already, they wouldn't want to mess. I'm even going for a goal in the first 10 minutes for Liverpool. That's how I think.
Wow.
Yeah. FPL guys.
All right.
Mo Salah.
FPL guys, I think this is the time to stick to what Joshua and Kunle are saying now. You can start arranging your squad now for the weekend. Yeah, I don't know why this FPL thing, I'm always very, very, very inconsistent. I don't know why, and I don't think I've even selected my team this season, but I'm looking at still joining it. Right, let's go to La Liga game.
Do as fast as possible. Do quickly because
I'm poor at FPS. I'm poor at FPS.
And you learn now.
I'm very poor at FPS. All right. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. The next game now is they are going to La Liga, and the first game for the season is Osasuna versus Sevilla. So who do you think will win, Joshua? Osasuna versus Sevilla.
I don't really know what Osasuna is about, but let me lean towards Sevilla.
No, you're not gonna know
Don't
the
know
thing
what they're
about.
about. So let me lean towards Sevilla. I don't know. Yeah. So I'm leaning towards Sevilla.
What about you?
No. Now, Osasuna were in the relegation battle last season, so they are one of those relegation battlers.
Yeah.
Now, because it's the first game of the season and you don't really know what it brings. Yes, it's easy to say Sevilla should win, but sometimes Sevilla they fall short away from home. So I would rather say the game should end in a draw, probably goalless
All
draw.
right.
Sef. Yeah.
All right. All right. Celta Vigo versus Espanyol. Joshua. Celta Vigo versus Espanyol.
Espanol. Um, honestly, I'm just guessing. I don't know. I would know. I don't know.
All right.
I wouldn't know. Yeah.
Kunle, what about you? Do you have any
Um,
idea?
yeah, for that one, I believe Espanyol are newly promoted, if I am right, because I don't think
Yeah.
was Espanyol in La Liga last season. Were they in La Liga last season?
No, they are newly
I don't
promoted.
think they were. Yeah, because I can't remember. Sorry, trying to cross check so that I won't be wrong. Um,
Okay.
trying to cross check. Espanyol. Oh, they were in La Liga last season. No? Ah,
Oh,
they
true.
Okay.
finished 14th. Yes, they finished 14th. Yes,
They even tried. They even
they
tried. They finished higher up the table.
yes, but then Celta Vigo is at home, and Celta Vigo has more
Yeah.
quality. I think Celta Vigo has more quality. I mean, when you talk about someone like Aniago Aspas, who
Yeah, that's fast.
steadily
Yeah.
since he left Liverpool, that guy he has been doing like 15 La Liga goals minimum every season since he left. As in that guy is, I mean, when you even look at La Liga top scorers, he's always in like top 5 or thereabout. So, and Celta Vigo tend to be very strong when they are at home. I mean, there was this period where Barcelona didn't beat them in 6 visits until I think that jinx was broken maybe last year in 2020. So Celta Vigo are a real threat when they are at home. So I would say I would give Celta Vigo a win
They win
for
over
this match.
Espanyol.
I'll
All
give them
right.
yeah
Celta
yeah.
Vigo are going to win Espanyol by Kunle. All right. Let's go to the next game. Real Valladolid versus Villarreal. Yeah, Valladolid versus Villarreal. Joshua.
Villarreal. I'm going Villarreal 1-0. Villarreal.
Okay. Villarreal one win. What are you, Kunle?
Yes, I equally agree that Villarreal should beat Valladolid because Valladolid are just coming back to La Liga for the first time in a few seasons. So um, I
But they are
I
home. They are playing at
I
home in
expect
front of their home fans. They are playing at home in front of their home fans.
yeah, it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen. I feel Villarreal should win. If Villarreal doesn't win, then trust me, Villarreal are going to have a terrible season, and that's my cause. Because you should be beating Valladolid on the first game of the season. Yes.
All right. Barcelona versus Real Vallecano. Rayo Vallecano, I mean. Barcelona is
Sorry,
playing at
who?
home. Barcelona
Barcelona.
versus Rayo Vallecano.
Barcelona, right?
Yeah, Baka.
Ah, that one. No, see. Maybe just give that match draw because we are not sure if we're not sure if backup players. We're not sure if backup players. We're not sure if all those their new signings if they will register them.
Abi
And
now.
yeah, but jokes aside, Barcelona should win really. But if there's going to be a squad problem, then definitely Vallecano will capitalize on it. But if they don't have any of those issues and we get to see Lewandowski, Kessié, Christensen, and who were the other players they bought, then I mean they should even they will probably be whooping Vallecano. They should be whooping Vallecano like 4-0 or 5.
That's what I also expect. Joshua, what about you?
I'm going for the problem. Normally, I would have gone for a straight backer victory, but I don't even know whether their coach will even be registered on that day. So, so, so that means I would definitely, but I'll see edge towards Barcelona, but not a heavy win. So I'll go for 2-0.
Okay. All right, 2-0. Let's go to Cadiz versus Real Sociedad. Cadiz at home.
Hmm.
I think Cadiz they are newly promoted, sir. I'm not sure
No,
though.
no, no,
No,
no, no,
I
no,
don't
no,
think so.
no.
No,
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 they
no,
were they
no.
were there last season.
Okay. All
Mm.
They
right,
were
all
there
right.
last season. Yeah.
Cadiz versus Real Sociedad. Kunle.
Cadiz versus
So
Real
Cadiz is playing home.
Sociedad. Cadiz are a bit of a tricky team. They are one of those teams that can pull upsets when they are at home. I think they did it to Real Madrid. Was it not last season or was it 2 seasons ago? I can't remember now. So I would say that game ends in a draw. It ends in a draw because I think that
Okay.
home advantage would count for. Yeah, Sociedad is a stronger team than Cadiz, obviously, but these are those kind of games that when the smaller team is at home, they tend to want to maximize it, and I feel they would be able to contain anything Sociedad has. So I don't know, I'm seeing a goalless draw.
All right. Joshua, what about you?
I definitely know that Real Sociedad would not lose that match. But that's as far as I know. So I don't know where you can take from that.
Yeah. Let's go to Valencia versus Girona. I think Girona is newly promoted, if I'm not wrong.
No, I
Yes,
don't
they
think so.
are. Yes,
Are
they
they?
are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Girona,
yes,
yeah.
they are.
Okay.
They are owned by the City Football Group.
Okay. So who is the money on
That is
Kunle?
the holding company that owns Man. For this one, I feel Valencia is a very unstable team. You would say Valencia should win, right? But Valencia are not stable. Trust me, they are very, very unstable. If you look at them, I mean, if you look at where they finished last season, I want to believe they finished in the bottom. Oh, they finished ninth. How lucky of them! But you can't trust Valencia. And one of the things I feel might be difficult for them is that Girona have one player. His name is called Valentin Castellanos. He's one in the MLS. New York City FC are the defending MLS Cup champions.
MLS.
New York City FC is also under that City Football Group, which is the holding company that Manchester City owns. So it's like one player within the City family going to another club within the City family, and that guy was good. He was the top goal scorer in the MLS last season, and he's currently the top scorer in MLS, I think, before this is loan move. So I mean, if that guy can maintain that form, he's Argentinian. If he can maintain that form, I mean, he has good prospects. So I see a case where maybe Girona might pull something off. So and if the guy comes to the party, maybe that game will end in a draw.
Okay, the game will end in a draw. The next game is
Yeah.
UD Almeria versus Real Madrid. Joshua, UD Almeria versus Real
Mm.
Madrid.
It would be a nice way for Real to celebrate their cup victory against Frankfurt. So, um, but jokes apart, it's an away game, so I don't feel it's going to be particularly that easy for Real Madrid. But they should come. They should come through. So I'm going 2-0. They should come up. They should come through 2-0.
Kunle, what about you? Where are you going for?
Yeah, I agree with Josh because I don't know, but I am expecting that maybe for this game they are probably going to try out some of the players that they signed this season and maybe use some of the fringe players like Kamavinga. Kamavinga, Rodrigo. Maybe Rudiger will get his debut. There will be changes to the team because the team that played that Super Cup last night was the same team that started against Liverpool in the Champions League final. And I don't think Ancelotti
Yeah.
will be playing most of them. So,
Change.
and because of those changes, I feel real. Maybe Eden Hazard will even get a start. Who knows? So, because of that, it might slow down things, but I believe Real Madrid should be able to triumph, but maybe it won't be maybe more
It's
than
gonna be
1
slim,
0,
right?
2-0. Yeah, very slim, like maybe 1-0.
All right. The next game is Athletic Bilbao versus Mallorca. Joshua.
Mm.
Bilbao. This guy, what Inaki Williams, he plays for Bilbao, right?
He's still there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oof.
Bilbao, they are at home.
Yes, I know. First game of the season. I think at the San Mameyas, I think that's what they call their home ground, I think.
Yes, San Mamés. Yes, San Mamés.
So I don't feel they have what it takes to win that match. This is the first game of the season. I wasn't really particularly paying attention to them in preseason, so I don't really know how they fared in preseason. But first game of the season in front of the home fans, you should be ready to show the home fans what you've got. So honestly, I don't know, but I don't expect them to lose. But I'm not sure. Yeah, that's me.
Okay. Kunle, what about you? Bilbao, Mallorca.
Bilbao, Mallorca. For Bilbao, I think Bilbao will win, but I feel it will be a narrow win because San Mamés is not an easy place to win. I mean, Bilbao is miles apart from Mallorca. If we want to be truthful to ourselves, so I will give Bilbao a slim 1-0 win for this one.
Okay. Next game is Getafe versus Atletico Madrid. It's gonna be tough. Joshua. Getafe versus Atletico Madrid.
Being the first game of the season, Diego Simeone would definitely want to avoid losing the match. He's that type of manager. He's not necessarily going to win, but he doesn't want to lose. And I don't know what that means to you, but that's the type of manager he is. So, Getafe is a very good attacking team. So, naturally, if Getafe was going against any other team, I'd probably be backing Getafe. But the defensive prowess of Atletico Madrid is something that you can never underestimate. They may not be in the match before they just win the match and go home. So I don't know why. I'm going to give it to Atletico de Madrid 1-0. I think Morata is back,
All right.
so he can just come from the bench and since he can't score.
Kunle, what about you?
Yes, I also agree with Josh. I see a very slim and slender win for Atletico Madrid being the start. And even apart from that, Atletico Madrid is not that kind of team that will rush. Then Getafe have been known to be a very top side, really, especially when they are at home. So I think I will also go with Josh for a slim 1-0 win.
Okay, before I go to the last game, I want to throw a quick question at both of you. Who do you think will come out top in the race for the golden boot in La Liga? Who will come out on top? Is it Lewandowski or Benzema? Joshua, let me start with you. Quick thoughts.
Season pro in La Liga, I'm going for Benzema.
Okay. How many goals do you think he will score?
Benzema will give Real at least 23 goals. I'm going for 23. Then,
what about
since
you?
he's the one taking this.
Okay, continue.
Sorry, Benzema straight up, no argument.
Simple.
Benzema. You guys are underrating Lewandowski. You know who Lewandowski is?
No, it's not even a matter of being registered, even if he is, which I know will happen, because I mean Barcelona won't be reduced to ridicule. Trust me, those things will happen. But don't forget that this is a new environment. This is not Germany where in Germany there is really no competition, nobody challenges. But I mean, we've just been mentioning the kind of teams that when you go to their house, like Sociedad, Athletic Bilbao, Getafe, they give you tough time. Celta Vigo. So Lewandowski is not going to have it easy here, man. This is not La Liga. This is not
Bundesliga.
Liga. And that aside, Benzema has been in La Liga for more than,
12
is it
seasons.
not, 12 seasons. So he's not Benzema's he's not Benzema's
Lewandowski.
Benzema is not Lewandowski's mate, rather Benzema seniors him in La Liga for all I care, and it is going to show. So if anybody knows La Liga better, it is Benzema, and because of that,
Of
he's going
course.
to come out on top. No way, no doubt. So
Yeah.
I feel
Another thing
it might be
I don't know
close.
whether
It might be close, but trust me, Benzema is going to score more goals than. And then let's not also forget that the Real Madrid team seems to be more stable than Barcelona. Barcelona have brought in so many players. You don't know how these players are going to settle. Even Lewandowski, have you even
QPR
asked how? Thank you. How are you sure? How are you sure that Lewandowski is going to adapt immediately? Okay, they are
That's true.
saying that that there seems to be this connection between Pedri and Lewandowski. But excuse me, what if Pedri catches injury before this weekend? But if Vinicius gets injured, or that doesn't necessarily mean that Benzema will not deliver so long he's playing. So, Benzema knows the environment, but Lewandowski, he just has to start, understanding his environment. So I feel it will slow him down a bit. So definitely this one will go to Benzema to finish as top
Joshua, you have
scorer.
something to say?
Yes, finally. And we all know that Benzema is going to be taking spot kicks for Real Madrid, but we're not sure that Lewandowski is going to be taking them for Barcelona. So that also gives an advantage to Benzema. So
That's true.
Yeah?
That's true.
Who will not take penalties for? Who take penalties for Barcelona? If not Lewandowski.
I'm not sure who will take it. I did not say I know who will take it.
Oh, okay, I get you. I get you.
Okay, no problem.
All right, the last game for the La Liga is Real Betis versus Elche. This one should go to Real Betis easily. I don't know,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, I feel Real Betis should win 2-1, 3-1. I feel Elche shouldn't. If it were to be that Elche was at home, that's when I can know that small
There might be a
but
problem.
Betis, but Betis is at home. Betis have some very good players. Christian Teo, Nabil Fakir. I'm trying to remember who else is in their squad.
I think they have
I think they
this guy from this former backup player. What was his name again?
Yeah, they have players. That's what I mean. So I think I said Christian Teo.
Christian Teo,
Yeah.
Christian Teo. They have. Although I'm not sure, I know Hector Bellerin was there on loan last season. I don't know where Bellerin is now.
He's Southampton.
And I think Southampton, or is it? Is that Arsenal?
Arsenal, yeah. He has not left Arsenal.
I thought he's left. So and if I look at the table, I see Betis finished 5th, which was credible. So I feel they should be beating Elche. I mean,
Okay.
Manuel Pellegrini is still there, and
The engineer.
I think he has really engineered the team very well. So I expect him to.
Funny enough, Manuel Pellegrini was a civil engineer before he diverted to becoming a coach.
Yeah,
a civil
I
engineer.
know that.
That's why Mourinho went on. Mourinho was heavy on him. You remember? There was a season. Bayern and Man City were in the same group in the Champions League. Man City were winning Bayern, I think 3-1. So if Man City had scored another group, they would have topped Bayern on the table. So the reporter asked Manuel Pellegrini that why did he not send the boys out to just get that last goal and top Bayern? He was like, he didn't know that they just needed one goal. So Mourinho was like, "How can an engineer not know simple arithmetics?" So yeah, I remember. I
Ah,
remember very well. I remember
okay,
very well.
Joshua, you're going for Real Betis also, right? I think you're going for Real Betis also.
Definitely, yeah. I think they won the cup. Was it what they called the Spanish Cup? Copa del
Copa
Rey. I
del
think
Rey.
it was not Real Betis that won Copa del Rey. Yeah, I think so.
I'm
They
not sure.
did.
I'm not sure.
I think so. I think so. Yeah, I think so. If you can go that far, definitely you're a good team. So definitely, I'm going
So,
for
all
Real
right,
Betis.
guys. Thank you very much. I think we have come to the end. I think we were able to complete this section last week. Joshua and I we struggled with the network. We know how the network did us. Nigeria happened to us last weekend, but thank God today we were able to complete the
Yeah.
show. Kunle, I appreciate you for your time, and Joshua, I'm looking forward to
Um,
having you guys again on the show next
No,
time, one of these days.
no, no problem. Just come
Please
with
help
your
us.
winning
sure thing,
tickets
boss.
next weekend.
Yeah, you can share your code on the comment section in the live page of my YouTube channel. Is live. You can
I
share
will
your
do
code
that.
so people can. Yeah, all right.
I will do that.
All right. Thank you very much, Kunle. Thank you very much, Joshua. We'll end the space. We'll end
All right.
the broadcast now. All right.
All
Catch
right
you
now.
guys now.
Take care.
Nice. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, you too.
Take care.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.